guaranteed to go into 2021 with a 700,000 point lead at the top of the world rankings. He is snooker's dominant figure, and on that note, that's a good segue.
When he played Ronnie O'Sullivan in the Champion of Champions a few weeks back, he started off with a century break but went on to lose the match 4-1. But
that's very true. Of course, he was in the Champion of Champions, having won the shootout earlier this year.
He's in the figure of 8 safety shot. And I think there's a gap. This could easily go wrong, playing it with drag.
What?
Yeah, just got the red a little bit thin, but as he had second prize, pink to right middle.
Eight.
Unpredictable with a capital. He can beat anyone.
$15. $23.
Played a large part in his letdown from not having more success. I remember playing him in a match and I needed a snooker in the first frame.
38. $45.
Hard to believe he's 42 years of age. Still has that youthful exuberance.
Michael Holt, 52.
It was never a gimme.
1.
So, big let off. Which would have been enough. But fortunately, it's worked out okay. Screw back for a choice of 2 reds here. One to left corner, or even the one to left middle was on frame.
17.
Opponent coming back to the table. Save yourself a bit of grief of 10-15.
24.
Talented underachiever who's been, as Stephen said, led down at times by his temperament. But Stephen's also right to say that what it was, still not the best. But as Holt has matured,
30. 36.
Well, got some nice bit of sauce on the cue ball there.
Michael Holt, 41. And free.
that was a bright and breezy start. 2 scoring visits, 52, then 41, and Judd Trump trails 1-0. Trump leads 9-4 in total career meetings, but he's won their last 6 encounters.
1.
And that was a beautiful shot with the rest. It really was. Couldn't have struck that any better.
4. Seven.
And this. Beautiful. effortless cue power.
This table really helps. And I think if Trump gets into his rhythm, he will love it.
Some of the other reds in the bunch.
18.
You could see how reactive the cloth was there. When he played that shot, the cue ball actually went forward before the screw took effect. If you don't know what you're doing, very difficult to control that cue ball.
$26.
Well, there's an example of how reactive this cloth is.
33. 34.
A lot of pace. Just missed the two reds to the left, which he has done. Touches the red. You can always stick.
Semi-final before eventually succumbing.
Played that a little bit. I think he was slightly snookered, but that was the danger, missing it on the way up.
One.
But as Judd Trump, I thought for a second he'd...
It's right-handed. Now Trump's in to do the same in the
No.
second.
$17.
Arc in the cue ball here. Yeah, watch the arc. Oh my. It's almost like a ping pong ball, the way that reacted. I think
23.
this point in a frame when Judd Trump's got it won numerically.
Judd Trump, 23.
So, Trump the only problem he's got, of course, is that the only ball he can pot off these reds is the black.
Nine. $17.
It would have been much easier there to play for the pink.
Michael Holt, 24. One. Judd Trump, 1. And different.
4 snookers needed by Michael Holt. He does not bother, understandably. Judd Trump has equalised. It's 1 frame each. Should be a cracker, this. Judd Trump fell 1-0 down against Michael Holt. Now, though, they're all square.
Well, one thing you can't do when you're taking those, the red comes back up the table as well.
1.
Just presented his opponent with a gift at the start of this third frame.
Nine.
Yeah, that red did go close, didn't it? Or is it the cut along the cushion? Where is it? Whoa, went in off the red. We didn't have that view. In the end, it was a great recovery shot.
Although it wasn't a perfect split, I think it's fair.
20.
You'd be very surprised. He didn't win the frame at this visit. It was very early on, but such is the player in history last season to make over 100 centuries in one season after Neil Robertson didn't quite break the record.
And coming into this match, they were tied on 41 each, but of course...
Screw into the 4 reds. And yeah, that's what he played. He didn't really want to catch the pink first.
Judd trump 42.
He failed the test, didn't he? Long.
One.
Yeah, that's the thing when you're playing against the very best players in the world. Sometimes all you get is half chances.
Seven. Fourteen. 20.
2-1 is looming here. Lee Hang beat Bingham last week in the Scottish Open in the champion this afternoon.
23.
I think Judd will start to have a bit of fun with this table.
Well, he's always talking about naughty snooker, isn't he? Detention.
$46.
Yep, here we go. Oh, didn't get enough into it, really.
53. 54.
That's the thing with Trump, he can make the
61.
wide do things no one else.
$64.
Well, that was poor, wasn't it?
Judd trump 64 and free.
Breaks of 42 and an entertaining 64. And after losing the first frame, Judd Trump is where he normally is, in the ascendancy. He leads 2-1.
One.
Well, he chose against the aggressive shot. He's okay though.
7.
Really get into this cue ball though. Oh, he did. You could see he was going towards the bunch and just pulled away at the end. Struck that beautifully.
12. 13.
Here, look at this shot. Watch the cue ball. It'd be very
21.
difficult to play that shot in your local club because you wouldn't have the cloth that would allow you to do it, really.
27.
He has decided to do it now, but he had a couple of looks at reds playing at it. I don't think he'll miss it. He was always just dropping it in.
35.
It's been a good response, this, from Michael Holt. Will be there should the split not work out. Lovely.
And then twice this season, the aforementioned English Open I talked about.
43. 51.
He didn't hit it.
57.
Struck that one nicely.
$64.
Snooker. And you would think many more points to come.
71.
Could possibly stand £10,000 for the highest break.
$78.
To be honest, I think if he made a 136, Stephen,
Tell you, if he makes it, Phil, I'll bet you it gets beat.
how generous pre-Christmas.
86.
When you think the first 4 years of the Masters tournament, in any of those 4 tournaments, one year the high break was 88 in the Masters.
94.
To open up the tournament, we saw 5 centuries compiled.
102. 111.
That's used at the end of finals coming down.
114. 118. 123. 129.
That was
156 in the frame.
a TC, total class and a total clearance. And with that 136 break, Michael Holt is back on level terms at 2-2. Well, it's living up to expectations. At professional level, Stephen, best of 7 is short enough. Now, though, this has been...
Could be a slightly scrappy start.
Well,
I was going to say, hopefully, frame winning break.
1.
Yeah, that was never straightforward. And I don't think you can see anything.
Judd Trump. 1. 1. Michael Holt, 1. One.
Well, he hit that very, very well.
Nine.
Now his composure looks
17.
as good as it can be.
And the fact he was hampered and he didn't want to hit down on the cue ball.
25. $33.
Cannon the red.
$41.
Just worth. That was also
49.
best of 7, that match.
This break has been excellent though. Okay, one or two little cannons may have not been played. Started off with that lovely solid mid-distance
57.
red, as well as the cue ball.
$65.
So this pink table.
$72. Michael Holt, 78, and the frame.
It's not back-to-back centuries, but it is some wonderful snooker from Michael Holt. In pool, I'd say he's on the hill. He's one frame away from victory and beating Judd Trump. The scoreline, 3-2.
For the underdog. But cued that very nicely.
1.
Especially the way his opponent won the previous 2 frames.
9.
Beautiful. That was a beautiful shot.
$17. $25.
And that cue ball to stop. It's not going to.
Michael Holt,
He thought it
27.
might be in, then it just slightly went towards the near jaw.
Back the way off the second knuckle.
One.
Trump played a little bit of a hit and hope there. And he's been very lucky. Almost best part 30 points behind. It's going to
7.
prove why you're the world number 1.
15. $22. $30. $42. $50.
Just stopped in his tracks there, you see that?
$57.
A little bit of right hand side. Well, you got enough angle just to follow through. So this red. It's been a great
65.
response from Judd Trump.
Already his highest break of the match, and it could not be any more timely.
73.
And now, given his thirst for centuries, he'll be wanting to.
Yeah, when there's a century on, he doesn't tend to do the exhibition shots because he's so. If it wasn't a
85.
century on, we'd see a fair bit of mileage from this cue ball in these final shots.
89. 94. 100. 107 and the frame.
Judd Trump's 42nd century of the season, pre-Christmas. Impressive, and so was the way he salvaged that frame and stayed alive. It's 3-3, the decider next. It's the third time these two have gone into a decider over the years. Trump beat Holt 4-3, English Open this season.
One.
Excellent. Not only the pot, but guiding the cue ball through
Yellow
2 or 3 gaps to get it back up the table.
Michael Holt, 3. One.
Judd Trump will be.
Judd Trump, 1.
I know you want to concentrate on this decider, and rightly so, so let me...
One.
I'm shocked that he didn't get correct side of the blue.
Seven. $13.
That's what we'll be hoping. No, I didn't
19.
release the pink. You would say ideally you want pink and black in play to make a match winning break, but It wouldn't surprise me if he made this break
25.
completely off blues.
$31.
With every ball that Trump pots.
$37.
And that could be the match-winning shot.
43.
Is today going to be a microcosm of his career?
50.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's what to give up the chance that he had in this decided pot. An excellent long red at the beginning.
Don't be fooled by the proximity
57.
to the pocket there. That was missable. Well, it looked.
Yeah, as world number one, that's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to raise a level. He's made no mistake. Clinical.
63.
And a chance to finish with 2 seconds, which would be impressive, being 3-2 down.
He wanted to win 4-0.
70.
Yes, you just have that confidence when you're. And that's what Judd Trump
84.
has at the moment.
87.
Yep.
91. $96. 102.
3 centuries in the match, and he.
109. Frame.
It has
in
to
the
be
match.
said, Judd was
Judd trumped.
almost trumped, but in the end, the ace in the pack had the winning hand.